Oh, I love it. The fucking hair's going everywhere. If you look at my old videos, usually I had my head shaved or I had a mohawk. I think now I'm trying to actually grow it out and maybe get a regular haircut like a regular person. Anyways, so we fucking bombed Afghanistan with the largest non-nuclear bomb there is, which really is the only bomb we got. There is no fucking nuclear bombs. I've said it a million times, long before I actually found out for sure that there wasn't. If there was, people would have been using them by now. Bottom line. But it doesn't matter. We went and we fucking bombed Afghanistan. President Trump was like, oh, the military's great, our military's awesome, I'm so proud of our military. North Korea's a problem, they're next. Dude, North Korea don't even have any gas in their fucking cars. They don't have any food in their fucking... They are not a threat, they're not. But they're their own, they fucking closed themselves off from the cabal. Same thing with Syria. Same thing with fucking Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, and we fucking toppled them. Remember? Saddam Hussein said he was going to start taking euros for gold. I mean euros for oil instead of dollars for oil. That's a fucking problem. For us. Well, for them. This is real simple how it works. You can talk to the regular person, right? And you tell them, you pull out a dollar bill and you say, how is this thing worth anything? Most people will agree with you. They'll say, yeah, it's not worth shit. It's not backed by gold. And that's as far as they'll go. But it's like, well, wait a minute, think about that. If it's not backed by gold, because they just went and printed however much they fucking felt like, right? And it's not worth gold anymore. They don't even have the gold anymore because they had to give the gold, they had to pay the bills with it. So it's worth oil now. You try to explain that to somebody. How it's worth oil. Is it our oil from Alaska or wherever else? Texas? No. It's Saudi Arabia's oil. And other countries. What we did is we made a deal with them where we say, you only take dollars for your oil. And in exchange, we'll provide you military protection for your oil fields. You take your profits and you reinvest them into the U.S. Any profits made. So that immediately takes that dollar bill and it makes it worth the oil. It's worth something now. It's backed by this oil, okay? But it's not our oil. It's their oil. And what happens if... Okay, this is why the dollar bill represents violence and represents force. Because somebody like Saddam Hussein decides, I don't want nothing to do with your system. Gaddafi, same thing. He wanted to come up with, I think it was called the dinar. I think it was called. I might be wrong, but he basically was going to, him and a few other small countries in Africa were going to create their own gold currency and use that for their oil. Well, that means, see, this is how it works. If you don't know how it works, when we tell Saudi Arabia you can only take US dollars for your oil, that means that when China or Japan or somewhere else wants to get oil, they need American dollars. They literally need the US dollars to buy it. They can't go buy it with yen or whatever they have, right? So that means they need to take some of what they have, you know, be it a car or fucking shark fin soup or whatever the hell, and export it to America so that they can get the money for it. Once they get the money for it, they go and get the gold. Get the oil, right? To run their economy. That's how that works. So we get these cheap deals all the time from these other countries where they give us this, a whole bunch of stuff, fucking merchandise that we get at a cheap deal, which pumps our economy up as if, it's in there floating around in the economy, so it's there. It's just insane. It's just insane. Like I said, I want to do a whole presentation about it, about King George III and about the Coinage Act. I gotta get all my facts straight. Gotta get all my facts straight about it. I'm not, we all know that my videos are somewhat impromptu because I'm a regular dude. But I think that this is really important. Like, everybody needs to know the basics of this. Everybody needs to know about the dollar and why it's... I mean, don't you wonder why some people get fucking blown up? You know what I mean? And we got to come up with a story. We can't just say we blew them up because they didn't want to go along with our plan. Why is it that the U.S. all of a sudden becomes the moral high ground, the world police for other countries, and step in and say, well, what you're doing ain't right, so we're gonna fucking kill a bunch of you? I mean, it's just fucking crazy foolish that anybody with a half a brain or a half an education can just say, like, yeah, it's good. You know, what scares me? Take a look at the go up into any YouTube video right now that talks about how we just bombed the shit out of Afghanistan with that large bomb, and then scroll down to the comments and look at what people say. All you'll see is good, great, good, fuck ISIS, thank God we got a president with balls, blah 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 blah, right? Those are all conditioned responses. That's exactly how they want you to feel. They want you to be behind them. They want you to support them. But the bottom line is they dropped a fucking bomb on a bunch of people. They say it was ISIS. Do we know? Do we really know, though? Do you know who it was? No innocent people at all got killed? There's people that live in the world, believe it or not. Most people, other places in the world, are just like you and me, believe it or not. They don't want to step outside and get blown the fuck to bits. The fact that people are just totally along with it, like, is fucking scary. President Trump said it. He said fucking North Korea's next. That's funny. North Korea, we lobbed a bunch of shit into Syria too just the other day. So Syria and North Korea, two countries that are not on the central bank. It always comes down to them same fucking coincidences. The people who are not on the fucking elite cabal fucking banking system of usury and thievery. The Coinage Act says that the Coinage Act basically says that the only thing you can use is either silver or gold as lawful money. And they say that anybody that messes with that, like the tolerance of the coins, it's punishable by death, basically. So you take our currency and you turn it into something that's worthless. Technically, according to the Coinage Act, you should be punishable by death. That's so that would be Nixon. He should have hung. FDR should have hung. Abe Lincoln with the greenbacks, he did the same thing, busted the law. Kennedy, I believe, tried to come up with the silver certificate. Like I said, gotta get the facts straight. It's like it's such a long story. It's all bouncing around in my head. But blowing people up is not fucking cool, no matter what. No matter what. And if you know that the news lies to you, if you can even prove a little bit that they lie to you, like take a look at A Child's Happiness is Priceless, especially at a birthday. Take a look at that on YouTube if you haven't already. You'll see that the news, every news station, they don't report, they recite. They read off a fucking teleprompter. The same teleprompter. So, I mean, it stands to reason that they just might fucking blow somebody to bits and then lie to you about the reason. But that's fine too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll fucking see. We'll see how fine it is when they purposely implode this country and then bail and fucking leave us here with basically a debt to China and Russia and fucking whoever else we technically owe money to. Well, hey, guess what? If we don't have any gold, we don't have any oil, and we're not a military threat, how do you think they collect that debt? That debt gets collected by us with our labor, like forcefully, like them rolling through here and turning this place into, we grow food for them as slaves. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Well, in a sense, that's already what's happening. We just have this mask of freedom, we think. We think it's fucking, all the countries south of us are heading into the third world. Why wouldn't that happen to us? Everybody thinks that it's impossible that could happen to us. Once again, just a regular dude talking to y'all. I'm Matty Ice. And I give a fuck about what's going on. But I don't think we can change this. I think we are along for the fucking ride. The roller coaster has gone over the hill. Keep your fucking hands inside the car. Peace.